Bend betrayal wife's lover ran a crime empire cheating wife story. If this story grabs you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Viora for more raw, real dramas that hit hard. This is Viora, where vows break, where truth stings. My story begins now. My ex-wife waltzed into my cabin with her new family thinking it was still a rotting husk. She didn't know I'd rebuilt it into a high-tech fortress wired to catch every lie. When her lover tried to claim it, I turned the tables. Their panic lit up the night. That was when I reclaimed my soul. I'm Nathan Hayes, 47, retired firefighter now running Hayes Security Solutions in Bend, Oregon. I've carved out a solid life, 6 figures, loyal clients, a name that opens doors, not a tycoon, just steady, built on grit. Leah, my ex-wife, was my everything. 10 years younger, with a smile that could stop a storm and a voice that warmed the coldest nights. We met at a Bend craft fair, her selling pottery, me fixing a tent for a buddy. I was hooked, fumbling words. She laughed, took my arm, and 8 months later we were married under the Cascades' shadow, her dad raising a glass of local cider. Our daughter Emma arrived 2 years later, all curls and fearless giggles. I thought we were unbreakable. We bought a cabin in the mountains, a crumbling retreat we planned to restore. Life was full: Emma's soccer games, Leah's art shows, my firehouse shifts, then security contracts. I paid the mortgage, Emma's braces, Leah's pottery studio. She'd kiss me, call me her hero. I believed her. Her family, her mom Diane and sister Tara, never warmed to me. Diane scoffed at my working-class roots. Tara rolled her eyes at family dinners. I let it slide for Leah, for Emma, for the life we built. The fracture came slow, like a crack in a dam. Leah's warmth faded. Her hugs were quick, her eyes distant. She'd snap over small things, my late nights. Emma's muddy cleats, my toolbox cluttering her studio. Her phone was glued to her, always locked, buzzing at odd hours, just a client. She'd say, brushing it off, I was on the road a lot. Installing security systems, training corporate teams. She'd text, sweet as ever. Love you, Nate, hurry home. I'd grin, send a reply, keep driving. But her texts grew sparse, her voice sharp on calls. New dresses appeared, perfumes I didn't buy, late nights she called gallery events. I trusted her, chalked it up to her chasing her art. Kept working, kept loving. The truth hit like a flash fire. I was upgrading her studio PC, fixing a crashed design app, when an email popped up from Shawn, my old firehouse brother, now a real estate hotshot. Miss you, babe, he wrote. Nate's gone tomorrow, my place. My heart stopped, hands trembling. I dug deeper. 6 months of emails, flirty plans, her mocking my blind devotion. Photos attached, Leah and Shawn arm in arm at a winery, her lips on his cheek. I didn't scream. Printed the emails, saved them to a drive, and sat in the dark, whiskey burning my throat. My marriage, my trust, my life torched. The divorce was a war. Leah admitted the affair, sobbed, begged for a second chance. It was a mistake, she said, tears streaming. I didn't flinch. Signed the papers, let her take Emma's custody, and walked away. Ben felt like a prison after I crashed. Booze, sleepless nights, my apartment a mess of takeout boxes. Emma's weekend visits saved me, her sketches of mountains taped to my walls. I sold our house, kept the cabin, a raw scar from our dreams. It was a wreck. Rotting beams, no plumbing. A ghost of our plans. I vowed to rebuild it, and myself. I threw everything into the cabin. Quit drinking, worked weekends. Hauled timber, poured concrete. Rewired it with a smart grid. Solar panels. Hidden cameras. Mics. Remote locks. Added walnut floors, a chef's kitchen, a deck with a hot tub under the stars. It wasn't just a cabin. It was a masterpiece worth $1 million, my redemption. I kept it secret, even from Emma. Let Leah think it was still a ruin, a forgotten relic. 2 years later, Leah called, voice bright like we were friends. Nate, can I bring Emma to the cabin? Shawn and his boys too? Shawn Gilbert, now her fiancé with 2 kids from his ex. My jaw tightened, but I played cool. Sure, I said, sipping coffee. It's basic, but go for it. She laughed, clueless. It'll be a rustic adventure. I hung up, checked my security app. Cameras, live feeds, crisp. If they wanted my sanctuary, they'd face my terms. I watched them roll up, live feed on my laptop. Leah, Shawn, Emma, and Shawn's boys unloading duffels. Eyes wide at the cabin's glow-glass walls. Sleek deck lights warm against the pines. Shawn strutted, sizing it up like a prize. Leah gasped. Nate never said it was this nice. Emma quiet texted me, Dad, this is incredible. Why hide it? I replied. Just have fun, kid. But I was watching every move, every word. The first twist landed like a spark in dry grass. Shawn's voice caught on my mics. "This place is a cash cow. Leah, make Nate sign it over Airbnb money, baby." My blood boiled. He wasn't just living her life. He was stealing mine. Leah hesitated, then nodded. "For Emma's college fund," she said. Voice soft. Emma nearby frowned. Slipped to her room. I checked the cameras, Shawn tossing whiskey bottles in the woods. His boys carving initials on my deck railing. My cabin. My heart disrespected again. I didn't act. Not yet called Tom Carver my lawyer, a grizzled vet with a knack for traps. "They're eyeing the cabin," I said, sending camera clips. Tom reviewed the footage, deeds in hand. "It's ironclad, Nate. Your name, your money, they've got no claim." I nodded. "Draft a cease and desist, and prep for more." Tom grinned. "You're playing dirty, I'm in. I kept watching feeds live." Leah's text to Shawn caught on my system. "Nate's a pushover, he'll cave." Shawn's reply. "Keep pushing, it's ours." My fists clenched, coffee cold. Emma texted again. "Dad, they're acting weird, talking about selling this place." I replied. "Stay sharp, kid. I've got this." Planted a tracker on Shawn's SUV linked to my app. They weren't guests. They were thieves, and I was building a cage. The second twist hit at a client meeting. I was pitching a security contract, shaking hands when Shawn walked in, all charm, pitching his real estate firm. He saw me, smirked. "Nate, heard your cabin's nice, mind if we borrow it longer?" My pulse roared, but I smiled cold. It's spoken for Shawn. He laughed, leaned in. "Leah says it's half hers, let's talk." I stood, voice low. "Talk to my lawyer." He backed off, eyes narrowing. The client watch deal still mine. Shawn thought he'd rattled me. He didn't know I was already wiring his downfall. Shawn's taunt at the client meeting was a spark in dry timber. "Leah says it's half hers." My handshake didn't waver. The deal closed, but his words ignited something primal. He thought he'd claim my cabin, my past, my dignity. I wasn't his mark. I was his hunter. Every camera in that mountain fortress, my weapon, every lie they told, my ammunition. I stayed in Bend, kept my distance from the cabin. My loft a command center. Leah texted, voice dripping honey. "Nate, the cabin's a dream. Can we extend our stay?" I replied, clipped. "We'll see." She didn't know I was watching live feeds streaming to my dual monitors. Every word, every move captured in high-def. Emma's texts were my lifeline. "Dad, Shawn's acting like it's his house. He's scaring me." I typed back. "Stay sharp, kid, I'm watching." My daughter, my heart was my eyes inside their chaos. I called Tom Carver, my lawyer, at sunrise, the Cascades glowing pink outside. "They're after the cabin," I said, uploading camera clips, Shawn littering my woods, Leah nodding to his Airbnb scheme, his boys defacing my deck. Tom reviewed the footage, my deeds spread on his desk. "It's airtight, Nate. Your name, your money, they've got no claim." I leaned forward, voice steady, add trespassing to the cease and desist, and dig into Shawn's real estate deals, fraud, anything. Tom's pen moved fast. "You're playing hardball. What's the end game?" I met his eyes, justice. "For Emma," he nodded. "I'm in. I met Kate Voss, my PI, at a truck stop diner. Her laptop, glowing files stacked like a war plan. Shawn's a snake," she said, sliding me a flash drive. "His real estate firm's a shell, fake. Listings, inflated appraisals, blackmailing clients to sign. Leah's been funneling $25,000 your money through her pottery classes." I scanned the evidence, bank wires labeled studio expenses tied to Shawn's offshore accounts in the Caymans. My jaw clenched, coffee bitter. Leah's role. Kate's eyes narrowed. She's a courier, moves cash, sets up, drops, meets his clients, knows enough to be culpable. My chest burned. This wasn't just a cheating wife story, it was a criminal enterprise, and my ex was their linchpin. I pushed harder. "Trace Shawn's clients," I told Kate, rain drumming the diner's roof. "And Leah's family, Diane, Tara, all of them." Kate nodded, typing fast. "Diane's been at Shawn's closing, signing as a witness. Tara's running his firm's social media, hyping fake deals. They're neck deep." I gripped the table, mind racing. Leah's family wasn't just complicit. They were architects of this betrayal. "Get me hard proof," I said. Kate smirked. "I live for this. I watch the cabin feeds, live my loft dark. But for the monitor's glow." Shawn's voice caught on McNate's. "A chump, we'll flip this place, pocket millions." Leah softer. "It's for Emma's college, Shawn." Emma nearby slipped out, texting me, "Dad, they're scheming to sell it." I heard them. I replied, "Stay safe, kid. I've got eyes everywhere." Shawn's boys scratched my cedar walls, spilled beer on my rugs. Leah mopped up, but her silence screamed guilt. I checked the SUV tracker, Shawn driving to Ben, meeting a suit at a hotel bar, then back to the cabin past midnight. Every step I mapped, I hired a second PI, Mike Tanner, a cyber forensics expert Kate endorsed. Follow the money, I said, handing over Leah's bank records. Diane's too, and Tara's accounts. Mike's eyes lit up. This is a powder keg. Nate, Shawn's blackmail. Leah's transfers. Diane's payouts. It's a RICO case begging to explode. I nodded, calm. Keep my name out. He grinned. You're a ghost. The first twist hit like a rogue ember. Mike called, voice low. Diane's not just a witness. He said, she's Shawn's silent partner. Bankrolled his firm a decade ago before your divorce. Still takes 20% of his profits. I stared at the cabin feeds, Shawn lounging on my deck. Leah pouring wine. Leah knows. Mike paused. She's been at their strategy dinners. Nate, Diane's been steering her to Shawn since you split. My blood roared. Diane, who'd called me beneath Leah at our wedding, had engineered my ex's affair. Her family a syndicate pulling strings, get more. I said. Mike didn't flinch. Already digging. I confronted Tara at her yoga studio, incense thick, her calm facade cracking when she saw me. Nate, what's this about? She said, voice tight. I dropped a photo on her desk. Tara, Shawn, Diane at a firm signing, smiles smug. You're selling my cabin, I said, voice cold, with your mom and Shawn. Her face drained. It's just business, she stammered. I stepped closer. It's my life, back off or I burn it down. She froze silent. I walked out, her studio's chimes mocking me. Leah called, voice sunny. Nate. The cabin's perfect for a retreat. Shawn thinks it could be a business. I played dumb, petting Scout, my dog, at my loft business. She faltered. Just a thought. I checked the feeds she'd texted Shawn. Nate's suspicious. Watch your step, I poured a whiskey, mind razor sharp. She was shielding a blackmailer, her family as backbone. Mike's next report was a grenade. Shawn's running a crypto scam, he said, handing me a drive. Fake investment pools tied to his real estate front. Leah's pottery classes. Your $25. 000 funded it. I scanned the evidence, blockchain transfers. Dummy wallets, $30 000 total. Leah's role, I asked, voice steady. Mike shrugged. Signed the wires, met his investors. She's in deep. My stomach twisted. Leah wasn't a victim. She was a player, and I'd bankrolled her betrayal. I set a trap. Surgical, told Leah the bank restored her account, gave her a dummy card wired to my app. She used it fast. $8 to a vendor. Mike traced it. Shawn's crypto pool. I didn't confront her. Sent the transaction to Tom. Add it to the fraud charge, I said. He nodded. You're building a vault. Nate, feds elite this. The second twist was ablaze. Kate called urgent. Shawn's got a silent investor. Councilman Greg Walsh buries complaints. Fast-tracks permits. Walsh was at your cabin. Nate plotting with Diane. I stared at the photo. Walsh clinking glasses with Diane, Leah serving dessert, Emma in the background frowning. My ex-wife's family hosting a corrupt politician in my sanctuary. Proof, I asked. Kate grinned. Got his emails, Nate. He's dirty. I dug deeper. Met Emma at a Ben cafe away from the cabin. She hugged me, eyes fierce. Dad, Shawn's lying to Mom. Says you owe him the cabin for old debts. I showed her a clip. Shawn on my deck bragging about flipping it. Her jaw tightened. I found something, she said, sliding me a USB drive. Mom's laptop left open. I plugged it in. Leah's voice recorded, Shawn, this crypto's risky. If Nate finds out Shawn's smug, he won't. You're mine. My fists clenched. Emma whispered, I'm with you, Dad. My daughter, my strength. The third twist came from Mike. Diane's got a second scam, he said, tossing a file. Fake charity tied to Shawn's crypto. Leah's classes are the front donations, all dirty. I stared at the evidence, tax filings. $15 000 laundered. Leah's role. Mike shrugged. Signed the donor lists. Didn't question it. My ex complicit in layers of fraud. Her family the architects. I struck back, calculated, sent Emma's drive to Tom. Feds need this. I texted. He replied, this nails Shawn. Diane, Walsh. Leah's a witness or a defendant. I leaked Walsh's emails to a national outlet. Anonymous Ben corruption councilman tied to scam. The headline screamed. Shawn's firm bled clients. Tara's yoga classes emptied. Diane's socialite status crumbled. Leah called, voice cracking, Nate. Why is everyone talking about Shawn? I shrugged, cleaning Scout's bowl. Ask your mom, I wasn't the man. Shawn mocked anymore. I was iron-focused, relentless, unstoppable. Leah's lies. Diane's schemes. Shawn's scams, they'd built a fragile empire. I was the quake, and their ground was splitting. The feds stormed Bend like a wildfire, and the city reeled. I stood in Hayes Security Solutions, my office humming as the TV blared, local real estate mogul councilman arrested in fraud probe. Shawn Gilbert's face, once smug, now ashen in cuffs, filled the screen. Diane, Leah's mom, followed, her polished veneer cracked, escorted in a wrinkled suit. Tara, Leah's sister, was named a cooperating witness. Her photo, grim eyes downcast. Leah's name hung unspoken, a shadow in the blaze. I set my coffee down. Breath-steady rain lashing the windows. This wasn't closure. It was the spark, and I was the one holding the torch. Leah showed up at my loft at dusk, eyes swollen, clutching a scarf like a lifeline. "Nate, you did this, didn't you?" she whispered, a newspaper trembling in her hand. Shawn's arrest screaming on the front page. I leaned against the counter, arms crossed, calm as granite. "You did this, Leah," I said, nodding at her phone buzzing with missed calls. Her face crumpled, tears spilling. I didn't know it was this big. I slid divorce papers across the counter, pen gleaming. "You laundered their money, betrayed Emma" sign. She scanned the terms. "No cabin, no assets, no claim, you can't." She choked, shaking. I tossed a folder beside it. Her bank wires, $40,000. Shawn's crypto scam. Diane's charity fraud, "You're a criminal's pawn" sign, or the feds get this. Her hand shook as she signed, sobs racking her. She fled, scarf trailing, door slamming. I poured a whiskey neat and stared at Emma's sketch on the wall, a mountain, a sunrise. "My daughter, my fight." I called Tom Carver, my lawyer, at midnight. "Feds have Diane's accounts," he said, voice clipped. "Your tip, Shawn's crypto, Tara's marketing. Walsh's permits, it's a RICO case. Leah's wires are a problem. She testifies, she's free. She doesn't, she's facing fraud, maybe 8 years." I gripped the phone, Ben's lights blurred outside. "She's gone from me," I said. Tom didn't hesitate. "Legally, she's still tied to you. Feds are sniffing your business, $40,000 drained. They're checking for complicity." My jaw clenched. "I'm clean." Tom's tone sharpened. "Prove it. Get Leah to talk or find something bigger." I met Kate Voss, my PI, at a warehouse lot, her laptop open, files stacked. "Shawn's desperate," she said, sliding me a USB drive, moving assets to Panama. Fake passports ready. Tara's flipped, but Leah's the linchpin. She's been recording. "Shawn." I plugged in the drive, heart pounding, Leah's voice tense. "Shawn, this crypto's illegal. I'm out, Shawn." "Icy, you're not out, Leah, you're mine." My fists clenched. She wasn't his lover, she was his captive, taping him to survive for Emma. For herself, I didn't care. I sent the drive to Tom Anonymous. "Feds will bury Shawn with this," he said. "But Diane's trust ties Leah to the scheme. She needs to testify." I reclaimed my life piece by piece. Stayed in my loft, packed Scout's toys. My old firefighting helmet told Leah I was on a job. "Let her stew." She texted, voice soft. "Nate, we need to talk." I didn't reply. Let her drown in her choices. I hit the gym, trained with a boxer. All grit, lifted heavy, ran trails, rebuilt the man Shawn mocked. My crew noticed, slapped my shoulder. "Boss is back," one said. I didn't smile, just worked. The first twist hit like a collapsing roof. Mike Tanner, my cyber PI, called. "Leah's been feeding the feds undercover," he said. "Started when she found Shawn's blackmail list. She's been leaking his Panama plans, client names." I froze. Whiskey glass sweating in my hand. "Undercover." Mike's voice was steady. "She's terrified. Nate wants to protect Emma. But Diane's network knows she's talking." My blood ran cold. Leah, a double agent, a target. I didn't trust her, but I needed her alive for my daughter. I met Emma at a park dusk away from the cabin. She hugged me, eyes fierce. "Mom's lying, Dad. She's still meeting Shawn." Even now, I showed her a clip Leah and Shawn days ago at his office. Emma's jaw tightened. "I got something," she said, handing me a flash drive. Her phone left unlocked. I plugged it in. Leah's voice, panicked. "Shawn, Diane's onto me." "If I talk, I'm dead." Shawn smug. "Then don't talk, babe." My stomach churned. Leah was in deeper than I'd thought, her own mother a threat. I sent the drive to Tom. "Feds need this." I texted. He replied, "This nails Shawn, Diane Walsh. Leah's their star witness." Now I went to the cabin unannounced, late. Diane's car was there. Leah inside. Emma asleep. Diane sneered at the door. "You're not welcome, Nathan." I pushed past. Found Leah in the kitchen, eyes red. "Talk to the feds," I said, voice low. "You're not safe." She shook her head. Tears falling, I'm trying, Nate, I never meant I cut her off. You chose Shawn. Save Emma. She nodded, trembling. I left Diane's curses echoing Scout's leash in my hand. The second twist was a gut punch Kate called urgent. Shawn's network goes deeper. A dirty Fed agent Mark Holt on payroll. He's been burying Shawn's tracks, even a hit. I gripped my desk knuckles white. A hit. Kate's tone was grim. Whistleblower real estate client staged overdose. Leah's recordings caught Shawn bragging. My hands shook. Leah had loved to kill her family bankrolling him in my cabin. I sent Kate's evidence to Tom. Anonymous feds'll flip Holt with this, he said. But Leah's in danger. Diane's crew wants her silent. The third twist came from Emma. I hacked Mom's email. She said, handing me a laptop. She's been talking to Tara's boyfriend, Luke, a real estate lawyer always at Diane's dinners. Emails loaded. Luke to Leah, Shawn's running Panama tomorrow. Come with us. Leah's reply. I can't, I owe Nate. My heart raced. Leah was torn, but Luke was pushing her to flee. I sent the emails to Tom. Feds need to move, I texted. He replied, they're on it. Shawn's jet's grounded. I went public precise. Leaked Holt's payoffs and Diane's trust to a national outlet. Anonymous Ben scandal, Fed family tied to murder. The headline roared. Diane's allies fled. Shawn's firm collapsed. Social media erupted. Clients outing his scams. Locals naming Walsh's bribes. Luke's law firm tanking. I didn't post. Just watched whiskey warm as their world burned. The power shift came at a Ben Chamber gala. Black tie elite packed in. I was their new suit. Hayes Securities logo on the program. Shawn walked in out on bail, arm around a new woman. Smirk sharp. Leah trailed, head low. Dress plain. Diane followed, eyes darting. The room hushed, sensing blood. Shawn approached, voice loud. Nate still guarding shacks while I own this town. I stood calm, voice clear. Town's done with you, Shawn. Feds have your hit list. Murmurs rippled. I played Leah's recording. Shawn's voice bragging about the whistleblower's death. The crowd gasped. Shawn's face twisted. You're dead, he hissed. Lunging, I sidestepped security, grabbing him. Leah stared, tears streaming. Diane fled head low. I sipped my whiskey steady. The gala was mine. The trial was a storm. I watched clips online. Tara testified, voice shaking, naming Shawn's scams, Diane's payouts, Luke's contracts. Leah took the stand, composed her recordings. The hammer, Shawn's voice, Diane's orders. Holt's cover-ups. Holt flipped, spilling everything. Shawn got 25 years, racketeering, fraud, manslaughter. Diane 18, Tara 5, probation. Luke 7. Leah walked her testimony, her shield. The cabin was mine, business untouched. Scout by my side, I expected peace. Felt empty. Drove to the cabin, now for sale, one last time. Stood on the deck. Scout's leash in hand, rain soaking my boots. Memories flashed, Leah's laugh, Emma's giggles, our dreams all ash. I left Ben's lights fading, my heart heavy but free. The final twist was a package, no sender at my loft. Leah's handwriting, Nate, I'm gone, I saved Emma, but I lost you, forgive me. Inside a locket, our wedding photo. Her smile, young mine reel, a check, $50,000. Her pottery scraps and Emma's note, Dad, you're my hero. I stared, throat tight. Didn't cash the check, donated it to a kids' camp. Leah's guilt wasn't my burden. Emma's love was my strength. I rebuilt Loft's home business, thriving, new contracts statewide. I coach Emma's soccer plan. Her college tours, met Claire, a park ranger, steady, no lies. We're slow hikes, beers, truth, Shawn's cage, Diane's dust. Tara's silent, Luke's gone. Leah's a memory somewhere, remaking herself. Did I win or just survive? Betrayal scars, but resilience rebuilds. Like what you heard, hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to Viora because the next story might just be your favorite one yet.